Yeah, so this is my screensaver. I hope y'all like it.
Overwatch beta, Overwatch test, Overwatch League,
The Overwatch League replay viewer.
Wait,
replay
dude,
viewer.
there's an Enderman on your screen, bro.
The oldies know the replay viewer.
Y'all think this guy fucks with Overwatch?
Nope. What gives you that impression?
So there's
TeamSpeak. Oh yeah.
really like four types of comps you can use, in my opinion, and there's like two
And
aspects.
two of them are exactly the same.
So you
Rush
have
and
like
Brawl are the
a
same comp.
poke, kinda. It's more like one's a play style, and then the other one's like positioning style. So you have like a poke, and
Yeah,
then
I
you have
got
a
you.
brawl.
I know what you mean.
Right. And let me make this pretty. There we go.
Yo, who let this guy in the bottom view, by the way? Like, why is this Hanmin guy here?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't you like have your own team
He-
to go to?
He can be here. So
Nah, we ain't scrimming tonight. Hold up, let
okay. So basically, just gonna make this quick. Do y'all know about like short angles and long angles?
Yeah.
Is that a yeah from everyone or maybe?
Yeah, I get it. Short angle, long rails.
Okay.
Zytron, how about you?
So
I'll go with a hot maybe.
okay.
Zytron, get off the game. I know you're playing something right now. Lock in.
So
I'm not. What do you? I'm in his stream.
So I'm gonna
How
make
are
it
you
clear
less
as day.
responsive?
So like, let's say you have your tank. This is like a shield, right? It's the tank symbol, right? Then you have like your backline over here, like you have Mrs. Anna, right? And this creates pressure, right? And this is the space that your team holds, right? Correct? All those are correct. So the
Yep.
tank applies pressure like in a vector and according with the backline. Now it's like not directly, like the tank can apply pressure like this way, but usually it's pretty one-to-one of if the backline's over here, you could draw a straight line from backline to tank, and that's roughly where the tank's going to apply pressure to.
Yeah,
right?
The tank got aura.
You have two DPS. Now it used to be more complicated in Overwatch 1. Now it's easy because you have two, where you don't have an off tank. So you have a short angle, which is like the shorter angle, and then you have the long angle, which is like the longer angle. You see that? And so that's where you get the definitions. And like a way to think about it is like if you have a widow and or a good example would be like a May and a Cass, right? Or a May Ash, right? The Ash would probably sit back here with the Ana, while the May takes an up close angle on the tank, right? So in this composition, the May would be the off angle because she'd be standing here, firing this way, going in deep, having the large angle, while the Ash is sitting more with the backline pressure, right? And this is found in every comp. The rules, the heroes and rules kind of switches, but in every comp you have a short angle and a long angle. Long one approaching it from a wider angle, short playing closer with the backline, right? So the difference between comps is poke comps, instead of playing like a two, what's a good way to say this? Like brawl comps kind of want to play with a 2-3 split composition, while poke comps kind of want to play like a pseudo, let me put like a little asterisk, 1-1-3. And so what I mean by that is like with a poke comp, you kind of want your tank to hold in the middle, and then you have your off angles be like one wide, one short, and then your backline's like back here doing fuck all, right? For a brawl, you kind of want the 2-3 setup where like your tank and your off angle are like over here. Actually, your core would be like your off angle, your backline, and then you have like another support helping this angle right here, right? And so with a poke comp, you'd have like maybe a Zen or a Kiri. The Zen would sit back here. The Kiri would like travel between, enabling all the roles, right? And that's pretty much the gist.
Yes, sir.
The difference between like, so let me actually like go through all this one at a time instead of like rushing through it. So like a poke comp, it's like a poke dive would be like a diva comp, right? and so you would expect to see like the diva taking high ground. The difference between dive and rush is usually mobility, right?
Yep.
Um,
Mobility.
so you would want like in the screenshot I posted, it's kind of terrible because you had like a diva in the middle, you had like your DPS over here, and then your backline way over here, and then like the high ground looks like this on Oasis. It's terrible. Yeah, it was sucky. I was looking at that and I was like, but you really want like a tank. Here, let me go to an actual game to make this more clear.
Usually the dive tank got vertical mobility, the other tank does not. That's what
True.
I've identified.
So let me get rid of that real quick. So if we go to the game, all right, we're on a dive comp and it's a poke dive because we're on diva. If we wanted to play a more rush comp, we might want to play like Monkey or Doom or rush dive tanks. So what you can expect to see, let me get rid of all this.
How recent is this VOD?
This is from the 14th. So like 5 days ago.
Because Zectron, did you pick this comp?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Zectron, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah, that's my exact train of thought as well. It's alright. You can.
I
Play
get it. You're NA, but like,
You can play it.
you can play Winston, bro.
It's like doable.
No, it's definitely not terrible, but it's just like in this meta, it's just rough.
Yeah. So what you really want to expect to see with this comp is like a 3-2-1, right? What I'm wanting to see is I'm wanting to see my diva and probably my tracer on their own, and then like a Genji core. Maybe the brig helps the tracer a little bit, right? And so what that would look like is like the diva's right here as the tank. You have like the Genji holding the short angle. Let me make the pin a bit bigger. It's like you have. I'm gonna use pink.
I don't like this comp at all, actually.
Yeah, I don't either. But you work with what you're playing, right? So you have your
Like
tank.
the more I look at it, the more I'm like, wait. Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not good.
Don't listen to me.
But you should want like your tank over here, your Genji kind of playing like this angle. It's kind of hard. Honestly, I think a Fair would be better up here, like an Echo, but it's whatever.
I agree.
You get like your Tracer over here, and the whole point is they're going to want to push your backline. They're not going to want to push the Tracer, and they're definitely not going to want to push the Diva, right? If they're pushing the Diva, they've ran out of options. So their whole job on this comp is to get their 2-3, which is like their Ram and I guess their Ram Genji, and then their 3. Actually, damn, I'm so bad at this. Yeah, their 3 would be, what's it called? These people, 1, 2, 3, and then this would be their 2, because that's their off angle. They really want to get like a good established crossfire on your backline, kind of like that. Let me highlight that. But you see what I'm saying? Like that's what they want to do, is they want to kill these people in the backline, right? Cool. So with our comp, we want to make it impossible for them to get to our backline, right? If we want to like burn their options so they can either push our Tracer or push our Diva, right? And so what we do is we kind of just say fuck that, and our backline holds exactly where no one can protect them. Instead of like having our Genji here, making them have to shoot the Genji before they can get to our backline, enabling a kill box right here while they have to walk into our kill box, we kind of just give it to them for free. Like if you look at this right now, our kill box is like here maybe, right? But then our Diva doesn't have to walk to a kill box. Normally, like, Diva has the most mobility besides Tracer on our team comp. Makes no sense why we have the kill box on our Diva. A better kill box would be right here, like right here, right? It's more open, it's wider, it gives us more options. They have to take more, or they use more resources to get through it. So they just immediately capitalize on our mistake. Kill our brig. Our brig ends up bashing into our team instead of towards our Juno, but that's because they ran out of options, right? If they bash towards the Juno, no one in the team is getting healed, right? I think we end up. I was watching this, and I think we end up switching a little bit to make our comp slightly better.
Third fight. For sure. Third fight.
Yeah, so like this is better. We're starting to play for our 1-1-3, and then all of a sudden our Genji dashes in, as if he is playing a monkey comp.
Do you mind explaining that one, Squindle?
Yeah, do you want to talk through this one? What was your thought process when you hit them with the?
Wait, he kills through 4 packs though. And my Genji is dead. Yo, is anyone on the team like actually here?
I'm here.
Okay. Squindle, are you here? Yeah, he did.
You did.
Okay, I like this comp a lot more.
Yeah, Pharah is so
Yeah,
much
not
better
like
in this
Genji.
comp. I still don't think it's perfect, but
No,
it's so much better. So much better.
I think like the diva is like a sustained dive.
It's poke, right? So our whole
Yeah.
idea is our kill box is behind a diva. So like instead of like a monkey comp where you want to establish the kill box in front of the tank, with a diva you want the diva to engage, and then when the diva has to back up, like 10 or 15 seconds later when her resources are out, she's flying out, pressuring their tank back, right? And they're not going to put their Cass or Genji in that kill box because they're not good enough or confident enough to be able to walk through a kill box or like walk around it or dismantle it, or they're not going to realize that we suck, right? So they're not going to walk through it. That's low elo for you.
I mean, like, I think they hit tab when they realized that we are low elo. They said, they're on what comp in this day and age?
Yeah, but like, they're not that good.
I mean, they are on RAM, so like, we can't be saying much.
They're not that good.
Yeah. I would say I'm liking this fight a lot until we dropped onto the rallying brig.
I mean, it's just a good play.
It's still a
They
good
have
fight.
on me.
The way I've been explaining my coach is that you want to play like diva comp to give space and let them use resources, and then you go back in because she's really good at not taking damage and not using resources. Where did my Ramatra go?
Well,
It's Juno ult for you.
I mean,
I understand that, but like, okay, I'm watching.
okay,
Oh, he has no arms. That's how he disappears. I
watch
thought
this
he had
for
arms.
Ramatra. Pause it right here. That's a
Oh,
terrible time to pause.
Wait, he's gonna get one tapped. He's gonna get one tapped.
Yeah, he just walks into 5 people.
This is why, in theory, he's bad.
Yeah, he literally just walks into 5 people.
I recognize players on this team. I think their team. I at least recognize in theory. Okay. Are we on a recent now, Zectron?
No.
Actually, this is not the recent map.
We're not. I think we go monkey though. Yeah, so much better. So much better. Go from a bad hero to a good hero. Congrats. Our comp is better.
I would have liked to see a swap to Ash off of Cavs.
I would too.
And run the Diva.
I love like an Echo maybe over the Pharah. Pharah's good on this map though, so you can run it.
5, 4,
Okay. So
I'd
let's
mess with the I'd mess with the Diva Ash Juno Brig on this map. It is really good.
let's talk
the only-
about our comp, not theirs. So what do we have? We have like a monkey, a Pharah, a Brig, a Juno, a Cass, right? In a team fight, how Zectron, where do you want to position?
Up with the high ground.
On the nipple or on the bridge?
Well, the top left, so the
What a
bridge.
call out.
You
What a
wanna-
call out.
You want to be here? Good. I like that.
Mhm.
Where do you think the kill box should be? At least like in theory if they were on a brawl, right? Because the kill box is going to move. But like what space do you want? Where do you want your team to set up?
Around the brawl, we should be quicker. I imagine they're also trying to go high ground though, so
Yeah.
where your mouse is right now, well, Well, stop. Yeah, right. Nope. 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 That doorway on the right. Just trace the bridge. Nope. Nope.
He's
Up.
talking about the door to the mini, I think.
Right here?
Yeah. 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 There and then to like the jump pad.
Kind of like this area right here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good place for it.
If they're going that way,
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
if they're walking
if they're
that way.
on brawl, I mean, they could always go left, and then their tank can sit on an anchor point, and they can go and grab angles on
Yeah,
left and right.
if they're walking that way, that's really good because you can catch them mid rotation.
Yep,
And if they're not on brawl, then you have to.
we
It
should be
changes
there
immediately.
first
Yeah.
for it.
Then you're fighting for this half, right? You want to take more space. That's the point of setting up there. So
Yeah,
we're on Farah, Cass, Brig, Juno, right? So who would be the short angle and who would be the long angle in this?
it's Farah should always be long eagle.
Yes, yeah. So the Farah is going to be shooting basically from above, right? Which makes her the long angle just because
She's everywhere,
vertically it is the
and
long
Cass
angle.
should be on our stack anyway.
Yeah. So our Cass is shooting probably from bottom with like our backline back here. Maybe her Arna's
Mhm.
up here so she can heal you, right? And then our Brig maybe can pack up. Maybe Farah plays a bit more here now because that's how Farah works, which is why I think Echo would be better. Maybe even just Tracer. Tracer's kind of good. But yeah, I like that a lot. I think what we end up doing is something similar to that. It's not too far off, but it's not exactly what I'd like to see.
Zachron, I have a question for you.
Oh yeah.
Are we playing Monkey in the Diva comp and Diva in the Monkey comp?
I mean, I think Monkey's just better.
No, he is. He definitely is right now. Maybe not with Maga right now, but when in this patch, that patch, I would say I agree.
Yeah, so this is kind of what I mean is like the whole scrim. I kind of see this. So instead of like taking angles and like trying to like set up kill boxes and have crossfire, we kind of just like get into the system of tank, DPS, supports, all in a line, just like that. When what we really should be doing is have like DPS support, tank DPS support, right? Or if we're on a poke comp, tank, DPS, DPS support, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
it's a bit aggressive, I'll say.
Grim's 21. That was the fastest first fight I've ever seen on this point.
Yep. Yeah, not the best.
Like, not even like Flame. Like, every time I play this map, whether we win or lose the first fight, it's at least, the point's at least open for a minute before someone goes.
Oh, that's good though. That's a crazy pick that they just let you have. If we don't win this, it's crazy. Yeah, so now all of a sudden their Ana's dead, and y'all know how to play. Like, Juno's healing you. Like, if you draw this fight diagram, like, it's pretty obvious. Main angle, you have your Pharah shooting with you. Wait, where's your Pharah? Your Pharah's over here. That's your Cass. I can't tell. Anyways, you have a DPS shooting with you, and then you have a long angle right there, right?
Aura's right next to Rafa.
Yeah, so that's... Yeah.
Our
So
Cass is
Ferris-
over behind bridge.
The Cass is acting as the long angle at this point, but it's not one-dimensional. They swap between fights depending on positioning, but...
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, you guys do have, what, 2 ringers this map?
Yeah, we have a sub and something like that.
Sub trial, yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, and the reason you die is you had no one diving with you. We're just shooting in a line. Anytime you walk any distance in, they're just gonna be able to cut you off.
I wish I could hear comms to know if you're just like inting or they're baiting you.
Because,
your
like,
team's
look at it
yeah,
from their
okay, yeah.
perspective when you engage, right? Right? Like,
Yeah, it looks like I'm just jumping in solo.
yeah, like, they have their tank here, they have their cast right here.
I don't get how we don't kill anybody with their Ana being gone off the map for like 20 seconds. It's just wild to me.
Like, this is like a perfect kill box. Yeah, that's why you wanted to push in. But, like, this is like a perfect kill box for them to go in, besides the fact that they don't have their Ana. So your team can't walk forward to engage with you. So the fact that you jumped in, like, you're not going to die standing here, but your team will die standing here. So the fact that you jump in, you're just going to take so much spam, you get forced out of bubble. And because you force bubble, you don't have leap, you die.
And
If you
team
jump,
doesn't have the positioning to get killed.
if you jumped onto high ground, which I think you should just be doing more as like a neutral, like just jump up here if you want to start engaging, you wouldn't have forced bubble. Maybe they leap at you and you force cooldowns and you have to back up. But like if you just want to leap, just leap on high ground.
Yeah.
More value, and you're not gonna die for it.
So you guys aren't really also on a dive like. There's no nading gauge.
You can
hit it direct.
You
like,
can
it's
dive
really hard.
with Pharah, but it's lousy. Yeah, you're right.
It's more like you're Pharah getting cooldowns or good damage with rockets, and then you can go. It's not really like an actual dive.
It's very sloppy. It's like you have to rely on the Pharah hitting direct, and like that's just not practical.
There's really no like engage tool. Like, you don't have the Ana. You don't have another DPS follow up. That's the other reason with like why you guys ain't killing one. Like even with break.
I get this knock off the map here. Look at that.
Nice.
Yoink.
Banana.
Surely you don't win this fight when you kill two horses.
Probably not.
Whoa! Reported.
Yeah. My Poggy just isn't gonna say anything the whole time we're here.
I mean, hey, eye for an eye. You die first 2 fights in a row. He does that. Like.
True.
I don't even think like you guys are playing bad is the reason you're using. I think these comps are just really bad.
I think it's positioning and the comps.
Oh, we don't know what we're running. We haven't had a coach in like eons, so we just kind of play whatever.
Yeah, like I think my comp teammates make better team comps than this.
Nah, you're wrong. I hate to break it to you. I saw Mercy, Moira, Reaper, Winston, Tracer comp today.
Yeah, at least I got the Tracer in there. I got one stick.
We might have had an Ashe. We had a Tracer halfway through the map, but I think Tracer. Priestess first fight fucking blows the comp. It's so hard because you can never get people to follow up with your dogs.
Yeah, but it's also like you can carry so easily. So I think your Pharah really needs to play more aggressive in this comp, especially like I did not mean to do that. So like you really want to set up a kill box either here or here, like right as they rotate through the choke. Either you want to get their backline, you're not trying to get their tank. And so, like, you could have your Pharah play here, shooting down, or you could have your Pharah, like, play over here, shooting like that, to set up either a kill box, depending on which way they're going. Most teams are going to walk this way, so you want to set up in advance for this one. It's also just better high ground, so why not just set up for it? So setting up for this one, I'd put my monkey up here. You'd want your Pharah shooting down, Cass over here. You'd want your Brig playing with your Pharah. Your Brig could probably just stack over here, maybe on point if your Brig wants to get really aggressive. Maybe like once you initiate, but even then it's kind of a lot. And then just have your Juno kind of play safe. You don't want your Juno dying to a dive. I think that'd be pretty good. Just this comp sucks. Like we've been yapping all day. Like imagine if we just instead of a Pharah, we had a Mercy, an Echo, someone to dive with. So much better.
Mercy?
Not Mercy, Echo, Tracer, sorry.
Gotcha.
Like an Echo or a Tracer up here would be so much better than a Pharah. Or like a Tracer over here, just doing something. Even a Venture. like just something. But the way I always view dive, especially when engaging as the tank, is one way to think about it is you want to dive with your short angle, and then you want to dive with your like your long angle. So like you want to establish pressure whenever they're walking in, like when their monkey's in the kill box. You want to dive with your short angle and pressure here, and then once your tracer or fair is set up to go for their backline, that's when you want to engage. Like probably when the monkey clears out, like when the monkey isn't contesting the tracer or the long angle, and he starts going for their backline, or your backline, that's when you want to engage with your long angle at that point, because then your tracer's not contested. Now your cast is peeling for your supports. That's whenever your Juno's probably going to your Juno or Brig, whoever wants to take that role, is going to rotate with your tracer or echo, and that's when you want to capitalize on their backline. So instead of having their like monkey tracer on you, you want like a monkey tracer Brig, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I always think of like dive with your long angle first, and then dive with your short angle. In Overwatch 1...
You mean... Yeah,
other
okay.
way around. Dive with your short angle, and then with your long.
Yeah.
In Overwatch 1, it was always like dive with your diva, and then dive with your... then dive with your tracer. Same relative concept. And for the most part, y'all played that correctly. In the aspects of like what we were talking about. Still, a lot y'all did wrong, but it's the nature of having randoms. You should not have died there. We were not set up. There should be no reason for you to be on the ground when they push in.
This is what I call power.
C9?
2-0. Ready for battle.
We got him where we want him.
See, I like this comp so much more.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, that's what we got thrusted by this comp, the scrim before, so we figured we'd play it.
Yeah. So with this comp, it's a brawl.
Like I said, we don't really like make up any comps. Like if we see something cool, we play it.
I mean, I think it's really important to know why you're playing a comp and like what makes it good.
True.
So I think this comp, the only issue I see with this comp is the Reaper. Maybe the Kiri isn't optimal, but like if they have an Ana the Kiri might be good. But I think the biggest issue is just the Reaper. I don't think the Reaper gets much value in this comp. So like the idea with Maga, it's a very fast-paced brawl. You want to poke, you want to play back. Maga's just shooting them, burning them. They're not going to kill the Maga. You're going to light all of them on fire. They're going to play back. And the moment they need to take space, that's when you instantly say the brawl is happening, and instead of fighting here, we're fighting here. And with the matter of 2 seconds, you move to the fight, right? And you do that alongside, normally Maga's played with a Mei. I like Maga with a Venture over a Reaper. So you could play with a Reaper, because like Reaper can TP, but he's kind of slow. That's why I like the Ventures, because like the Venture could already be here before you engage, right? Like just underground, just safe. Reaper can do that with a Fade, but then he's kind of dead, right? If he just uncloaks. So Venture's a little better in that aspect. But like going back to like short angles and long angles, because they're very important, is like you would have like you, the Juno, and then like the Reaper being like the core, and then you would want like the Mei walking in with an off angle, the Kiri kind of supporting the Mei on your engage, right?
Why are we so far back?
I mean, it's good for now, just because like you're in the poke phase of the fight. Like both teams are playing for their poke, so like the way y'all engage this is y'all.
Yeah, but yeah. How is my like, Kiriko poking anything from way back there?
I mean, the Kiri, if look at her POV, yeah, she's
I
shooting a wall.
guess.
She's shooting a wall.
Yeah.
But
Well, they were even further back before that.
yeah, I mean, yeah, she's kind of just shooting a wall. She could be playing like up here. Definitely, I'd say put your. That's why I think a Venture would just be better. So instead of like, look at this, right? This is what I was talking about. You always had your DPS stacked up. Do you need 2 DPS shooting this angle?
Oh.
Yeah. What I'm seeing in like what a better team does is that where are they located? They have like a Tracer, Cass, Juno up here. Their Cass, Juno sees that no one they call out that 2 DPS are over here. Cass, Juno says okay, and they walk right. They walk right this way onto right about.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So right about now, they know where your DPS are. If their cast had any sort of competence, if their team called it out, their cast Juno says, "Fuck it, this cast Juno is gonna become the off angle. They're gonna walk right over here, pressure these supports out straight into the tank. The tank's gonna brawl, and then they collapse on them, and it becomes like perfect crossfire. Like, do you see that? Like, cast Juno gonna pressure these people. Whenever they pressure them, it's gonna make them walk this way, or like towards either one of these ways. That's gonna force you to engage, and then once you engage, you either have to choose to go for the off angle, open yourself up to the tank, backline dies. You push the tank, open your backline up to the off angle, your backline dies. Either way, the fact that your DPS just stood like this, like shooting all from the right, or from your left, I guess, it kind of just makes this, if you like look at it like from front line to front line, backline to backline, you can like draw a line through it, right? And we're putting all of our eggs into this side of the map. They're putting their eggs into long angle, short angle. It's much harder to break. We don't really have an avenue besides just run at them, right? And this would be good if we were like trying to rotate or flip the map. But if we were doing that, we'd have to be faster about it. Like, we don't want them to know that we're doing it because it leaves us vulnerable. A good team is just going to run at us and abuse that weakness every single fight until we die. And then as soon as we figure out what they're doing, they adapt. But our comp is just better now. It could use work, but it's fine. We get the speed.
Really, we're not giving them that.
Yeah, so like we basically rotated the map and they just didn't punish it. Like it was 30 or like 20 seconds of us walking from here to here, and that's all we accomplished. The only thing that we did is we used cooldowns, we used speed ring and Maga Rush, and we flipped the map. We didn't even need to use those cooldowns to flip the map. We just need to walk faster. And that's just literally the same value.
The objective is now active.
But their team sucks. So instead of like just matching the rotation or trying to catch us off guard, like a good team would either just walk this way or walk this way, right? And just be like, if you want to use your Maga Rush and Ring, we're just gonna kite it and then go once you don't have cooldowns. But they're not good.
Maga is very much the brawl rush tank.
He's one of
that
the.
sounds wrong. But...
No, it's right. He's like.
Well, I mean, like it sounds innately incorrect because that doesn't make sense, but like it is correct is what I mean.
I think definitively he is like one of the most all or nothing tanks, like even more than Reinhardt, honestly.
Even more than Ryan, because Ryan you can like play like force objective, have your DPS take off angles and shit. Maga is just sprint and slam.
Yeah, Maga can't hold. He can't sustain in the open. Like he really can only sustain in the brawl. But like Ryan can like sustain space without brawling, at least decently. But Maga cannot.
I think Queen is probably the closest thing. But Queen has like good range.
And Queen's also like skinny, so she can survive in the open a lot better than Maga can. Yeah,
and also like Queen comps usually are like rush with like the like people coming from multiple angles like dive. Maga comp is like brawl where people are stacking hard, but it's like rush and the fact that you're just running it down instead of playing for angles and like playing for cooldown trades.
I mean, it's kind of like a spectrum if you want to think about it. So like you have like Maga over here on one end of like
run it down,
and then you have like Orisa over here on the other end, right? Of just like I'm gonna hold.
Sig over there.
Yeah. I mean, Sig's probably off here, right? And then you'd probably have like Ryan over here. You'd probably put like Queen over here.
Ram somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I'd say Ram. Ram's kind of weird.
Depends.
Yeah.
In the mirror, he's more towards the right, but in like into a Sigma or a Ryan, he's more towards the left.
Yeah, I think Mr. Ram goes over here.
Zytron laughing at that theory. Like Zytron lock in. He's up by your roll. Say that like I'm not a tank player.
Nah, Mr. Ram's just funny to me.
Yep, this guy's in 6th grade. Bro, that fucking Juno ability the homing is so dumb.
It's busted. I'm surprised they haven't nerfed it yet. So the fact that our Juno died there is crazy.
Surely I did not throw a spear directly into the charging Maga. That did not happen, right? I did not just see that.
Okay. So, pre-fight.
Stop making fun of Ink Theory, bro.
Okay. This is...
My bad.
Gotta respect your opponent.
Zytron, lock in.
This is good, except for... I'd switch this at the start of the fight. But other than that, I think it's alright.
I think all y'all need to be on arches, because you do not have the range to be taking off angles like that.
This is where you want to end up. You definitely can, like, start shooting arches, but you don't want to fight here. You want to fight on point.
I know. I think if we fought playing a little better, we could have sat Reaper like on the benches hidden, and then like let them walk in a little bit, and then gone with Reaper.
I love fighting arches. Fighting arches is so fun. That's like 95% of fights I take are with this comp.
I mean, the theory behind it is you want to engage on their backline when they've used their resources, right?
Yeah, you want to have them get
this,
the point with resources, and then you go back.
This is a lot less of a choke to walk through than this. Now, what I think is good is if like y'all were set up for arches, and then once they started to show their face, then you back up to here. So you like fully make them have to like walk through that entire space as you are setting up, as you are walking backwards, right?
I think arches is more of like an old spot. Like it's really good for like high nooning out into their spawn aggressively, like shit like that. But if it's like a dry fight, I agree. Giving space is definitely the play.
You can fight here if they're bad. Right? Like it's
I wish.
If you can just have if you have the ult economy, if you have like mechanically are better than them, if you found that out over the course of the game.
They're trying to take notes.
If you're just on a better comp, if you're on any of those things, you can just hold the easy choke and just win 100% of the time.
I think you can start at the choke, but especially if you have the point capped, I don't see any reason why to force the fight win or loss early. You want to make it last longer.
Yeah, I agree with that. You really should just always play fights properly, but sometimes it's just take the easy win when you can.
Yeah, like, you definitely go for like a tempo play and just try and destroy their morale.
I want to talk about this. I think this is literally insane. We did not just
hit both Q ults at the same time on support.
No, we didn't.
Surely we did not do that. Surely my dad master is not peeking the high noon.
This is literally insane. because we're on Reaper, the Reaper has to drop down to get value. Because of that, the Echo 1v2s, technically. Because, like, these people are holding the same angle, and just an Echo alone just takes the entire angle from a Reaper and a Juno. That's crazy. No supports, just an Echo flying up. It's the reason we lost the fight.
I mean, yeah, we lost the fight, but surely the other team did not use 4 ultimates to 1. Right?
They did. They kind of threw it back to us, luckily.
Okay, Zetron, what's the fight plan?
True.
Oh, the fight plan is fish in a barrel. I remember I called it.
Okay, what does that mean? Explain it.
That means Malga ult with like any of our DPS ults.
Okay.
So we got 1 DPS ult.
So yeah, should be me and Reaper.
So it's just a combo fight plan, right?
Combo fight plan, and then if they escalate, we should escalate in tow. But I think we calmed that they had nothing anyway.
Yeah, I think combo fight plans like kind of what you're calling like fish in a barrel or like nano blade, they're only good when you have a hard set ult economy like this, because they're pretty much guaranteed fight wins unless they have like a support ult, and then if they have a support ult, it can easily cascade into like, oh, all of a sudden we used our Juno ult as well to match it, and then because they used their Juno ult, they mitigated our combo and forced our Juno ult, and now the fight's even. So we end up having to use another support ult, and then we end up wasting 4 ults, which is why I only think it's good if like they don't have any support ults, like they do.
I
right
personally
now,
like just using Juno ult this fight into nothing. They can't match it.
I agree, except for the fact that they don't have support ults, right? Because they don't have Juno, Brig.
I don't like it because like also like if a support ult that gives like a damage boost to the team should generate our ults a shit ton.
Yeah.
But we already have 5 people who basically have ults except for Poggies.
I mean, if you're thinking that deep, I mean, like...
I think the system really goes like their support ults relays into your tank ult, or like your like combo, best combo.
Your big ult.
Yeah, big, right?
The fight plan, or the fight winner.
Yeah, just like every comp has like that one big ult, right? So like
Yeah, and every comp right now it's called Juno ult.
I mean that's just their support ult. Then you kind of want to go into like this kind of 2 ult fight plan of like you want an initiation ult and then you want a stabilization ult. And usually that takes the form of like a DPS and a support ult, but it's not always that simple. So
yeah.
So like a Moira ult could be even though that's the support ult, the Moira ult is probably going to be the initiation ult, and then like you could have like a high noon to stabilize the fight. And so you really want the initiation and then stabilization whenever the ult is like let's say they had like Brig ult and like Orisa ult.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be a good way to do it. Is like initiate with Juno ult or like cage fight, one of the two, and then use Death Blossom to stabilize, right? But that could be just like your combo as well. Or like you're close to Curie ult. Curie ult would probably be the best initiation, and then you could use cage fight to stabilize.
How would you use Blossom to stabilize?
Blossom to stabilize? You just really use it to like they're pushing like let's say your backline.
I mean, it's a threat, right? So you're just using it to stabilize or like keep them out of an area.
Yeah.
You're using it to hold space.
Yeah, basically, like what you're doing is they're pushing in.
I mean, I feel like it's risky with Reaper specifically for that example because Reaper ult's just kind of dog shit. But
the idea with this comp is since Reaper's on the short angle because May's the long angle in a proper team fight, the Reaper's going to be with the supports, so it's a lot easier for him to Death Blossom and just pressure the support. Like, it is a defensive ult in this situation. Now, in most other comps where you don't have a Mei, like let's say if you had like a Cass or an Ashe, the Reaper would be the long angle, and that's when Death Blossom becomes like really hard to use. It's like, do I feed with it? And in situations like that, I'd honestly argue for those specific team fights, you'd want the Cass to play the long angle just so the Reaper can use his ult safer. I really think Reaper's ult is just so bad you want to use it with the backline even. Like even with like a Cass Reaper comp, you'd put the Cass on the long angle just so the Reaper can use his ult in the fight, you know?
Yeah.
And what you could do in that comp is
Whoa!
I lost my train of thought. There's something about Hainu and Cass changing his...
Skins, we gotta lock in skins. I see this all the time, even in my scrims. We're using fucking Juno a billion light years away, and they just kite the fuck out of it. Like,
Yeah, it's
I mean, it worked.
pretty.
It got you all the point.
I mean, they kited way farther than they should have. They could have played the choke they're at right now.
They also could have re-engaged.
Whoa!
Engaged.
Wait, my brig is insane. Wait, surely my Arisa knows she can walk out, right?
No, she can't.
If she hits gold, she can just walk out.
Really?
Really? The fuck? How broken is Arissa,
Can
bro?
we test that? What? I don't believe
We don't
that.
need to test it. I've done it. Hold on.
Don't
I can
believe
open
that.
Overwatch. We can do it real quick.
I've never seen that.
It's the same shit with like trap, with like Junkrat trap. I'm opening Overwatch. Zextron lock in. We're doing this.
That's so funny. I mean, yeah, I can launch Overwatch real quick. That's wild, though.
Yeah, Pablo joined. Not for the wait.
Is this the finalized support for the roster?
I'm listening.
No, they decided they said they weren't gonna join our team.
Cool. That was my
They said
opinion
I
too.
hate Pablo. They said I hate Pablo.
I got a Masters 3 player in my DM just yapping to me. Like, stop DMing me, bro.
Me? I'm not mad at you. It's talking to me.
My bad, Masters 4.
Yeah, other way, other way.
How many active M1 again?
And honestly, I think we probably could have like just pushed up that fight and played up, and I don't think they would have gotten a touch. But
I think the fight just... I mean, if you want to talk about it, I think you kind of threw.
Ooh.
So, here is the start of the fight. We have 5 people alive, right? We should just be set up. Where's our...
I threw. I threw.
Yeah.
Pick the cage fight guy. I'm picking Arisa.
What's the play here?
Meet me in the
My
middle.
Poggy's been AFK this whole time. I don't know what is.
I'm not
what
sure.
he's on.
I wasn't
We're limit testing. We're limit testing.
I'm not Dad Master 66, so I cannot tell you.
That master.
That was our ringer.
That is...
Are you good?
Okay, yeah. You guys watching the stream?
Here, I'll peek
Yeah, watch
real quick.
this. So I'm trapped, right? Can't walk out. Bam.
Wait, no way.
That's so fucking
Yeah, you can
stupid.
walk out.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
Can I say that
You
again?
can-
Can I say that
Yeah, you can
again?
get all pulled up me real quick. I'm gonna die.
Go get Mega. Go get Mega. Go get Mega.
Oh! Wait,
You're
you
such
not
a
have
fraud.
it? Ult charge is way higher.
No, it's at 83, 84, 85.
Okay. I should have ulted for health back.
Alright, I have. You good?
Okay. So like, see, I can't walk out. I hit shift and I can walk out.
That's crazy. Can you walk
That's
back?
unbelievable.
Yeah, you can walk back. You can walk back in.
Here, heal up. Show him.
Can you like walk in
Yeah.
and out?
Yeah, you can walk in and out.
That's nuts. That's
I want to
actually
see if I can
crazy.
jump out with ult. Oh, I can.
Damn.
Okay, that's actually a cool tech.
Yeah, jumping out. That's cool.
The more you know.
Alright, anyways.
Okay.
How's this guy not
Things
top
you
at
learn.
Well, Mr.
I
Dad
am top
Master
Pathfinder. What do you
through.
mean how? Let me
Yeah.
open the stream.
I think the only
Oh,
way
you're not
you can
streaming
win.
anymore, by the way.
Yeah.
I think the only way to win that fight is to go in with your Dad Master who's feeding.
That guy's a bum. I do not know why he is.
You're not streaming still.
I don't know. I'm trying
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if we committed to what Dab Master was doing, we probably could have just stopped them from touching, maybe.
I mean, I think I think you just recognize that. And
Either
start yelling
that,
at
but
them.
yeah.
Surely the comment you guys made to him. Surely.
Yeah, I think we were like back at Arches, and then like we saw them walking up, and he said, "Yeah, I'm trolling, and then he just decided to hide there, and then somebody looked at him.
Me when I'm trolling.
Augie's like what walls have been good though. But he's not here.
So what's the pipeline?
First sentence after the fight is already broken down. You said, what is the pipeline?
What's the fight?
Our fight plan here was to go with Juno ult, and then they Juno ulted, and we just didn't. So.
Go in with Juno. Okay. Then
Yup. Escalate with mail.
I like it.
Respond to their Juno ult with mail. I like it.
I like it.
But if they Arisa ult, we do not mail. Is that clear, Bug?
What happens when they Juno right now? What should we do?
Juno.
No.
We should Blizzard.
I see 4 people who have not crossed the choke point. I'd say we run away.
I mean, yeah, if you have run, it's a good idea, I think.
I mean, we
You
just
have run.
yeah, we just do have run. Like, I'd say
Oh yeah, then get those. Okay.
yeah, get
That is exactly what we did.
GTFO.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Somebody dies though, so it doesn't matter.
Now we should Juno ult.
Yeah, we don't, so.
Yeah, now we should Juno.
Yeah,
Or
we
Blizzard,
don't.
like, they used all their movement abilities to get there. You get a 3-man Blizzard easily.
Like one thing,
I think we just like to watch other teams ult, and then we come back, and then
one
we
thing
ult.
that's important to remember
Popular.
is that your choke, right here, having to cross from here to here, is also their choke. So whenever you're set up, you shouldn't just be set up to walk. You should also be set up to defend, in a way. So you need your off-angle setup. You need someone set up here, like your Juno. You want your Brig over here. You want your like Mei standing here with your Reaper over here, right? So like whenever, if you do need to kite, you're ready to push back, right? Otherwise, your engage is not going to be proper, right? Like, engaging's pretty easy because you just want your tank to absorb all while your DPS set up, right? But you really want to be like thinking about these things during, like thinking about your positioning during all stages of the fight, like even before the fight. Like, what are we going to do if we're just at this choke and they immediately spawn rush us, right? Like they did with Juno, right? We want to be able to defend it, right? This is now our choke and they're walking into us. That's how you need to think about the game. And then like whenever we're here, it's the same thing, right? We want to be setting up for our engage onto point, but at the same time, that should also be our defense if they push us, right? And so it's always easier to defend, right? And so we should just win this once they cross this choke. But instead what we do is we're not set up. We're walking in a single file line before we engage, right? And it's not the worst in the world, but like it could be better. We could have someone on an angle. This is pretty good. And then as soon as we hear that ult, we give up all formation and we say, fuck it, run, run, run. And then now it's shit, right? Like, if I pause it, I need to be quick about it. If I pause it like right
I mean,
now,
I think it was a good kite. I just think once you guys got out, you have to realize, oh shit, if we don't ult back, we're gonna lose this fight like right now.
Yeah,
the
like-
second your charge ends.
like think about the fight in like steps and like pieces, right? And so you have like part 1 is the easiest thing in the world. You have to take this space. Then part 2 is like take this space, and then part 3 is to like take point plus like this area over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so once you get this area, you need to realize that it's so much harder for them to take this space back from you. Like once you get this space, it's yours and they have to retake it from you. Instead, they just take it for free, right? Because they have Juno Ring and you're like, oh, we're kiting, we're just not fighting. Kiting doesn't mean not fighting. I think it's a StarCraft term, but I'm not quite sure. The original definition of kiting was to back up to trick them to walk into a space that's going to get them killed. Like, it's a trick play, right? You're getting them to walk into somewhere that's going to get them killed. Instead, you're thinking of kiting as running away. So when you say kite, it's really like set them to walk into this like death zone right here, basically a kill box, and then you capitalize it. But instead, you're just using the term as run away.
This guy's scoring. But yeah, kiting is usually
Yo, we heard the definition, bro.
Shut up, loser.
The fuck? Why are you just gonna like repeat what the coach just said?
You're 30 minutes late to your own VOD.
Yo, I have a job, bum. Go get some racks and come talk to me.
Yeah, who invited this guy? The Thanatos manager? Why are you in Atlas Chill? Or Atlas
Bro, I'm the goat. I'm the goat. I just farted, but it smells like you.
Is that... Yo, fuck that music.
Actually, we also might have calmed aggro if you pause real quick, just so that way we can catch the action. We also might have calmed that all they really had was like Juno ult and one other ult, and so we might have said like, cool, we'll just take a dry fight to try and get Juno ult and then come back with our Juno ult.
They don't have Juno ult.
But I can't remember, so.
Last fight, dipshit. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, but like if you go back to thinking of like the fights in like phases of like 1, 2, and 3, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a winnable fight.
Like,
I also think that might have been something we calmed though, so that might have been why we didn't.
These fights are like, if you think of like those columns like dry fight or like lose the fight, right? Like you're really what you're doing is you should think of these fights individually of itself, and most people like combine them into like one fight as like you die and then that's a fight. But that's not always the case, right? There's an old clip, I think it's of like Jane of like 2016. It's like if you even if you take the point and they all 5 run away without a single one of them dying, you still won the fight, right? And it's the same thing but on a smaller scale. Like when you take this space and they run away, you didn't kill anyone, but you won that fight. And so now you're setting up for the next fight. Like, theoretically, you could stop right here behind this corner and just reset, talk to each other for 2 seconds, and then go back in. Now, in that time, you have to be setting up for defense, because they're going to try and push back, especially because they're thinking in the fight and in the aspect of as soon as one person starts shooting at each other, it's a fight. But like, if you're playing defense and you're set up properly, they shouldn't be able to walk in on you without feeding, right? Unless like they're trying to just engage on you and like they have a better engage than you, because like it's possible to attack this way, right? So you can't just do it. But defense is easier than offense. So y'all should just win that not 9 times, but like 7 times out of 10.
Adaptive circuits engaged. May.
And so, sorry, whenever you use terms like dry fight, think of we're dry fighting this phase of the fight. And you could dry fight all 3, right? Just say like, hey, we're just going to lose all 3. But you should reevaluate it at every step, right? And you've probably like recognized this in your comp games. Like you say like, or you hear someone say like dry fight, right? And then all of a sudden you get a crazy pick at like phase 2 of the fight. And then you're like, oh shit, we should use an ult, right? Just so we win.
Yeah, you have to be able to reanalyze and adapt in the moment.
Yeah, so if you break the fight, and there's more phases to it, but like I think 1, 2, and 3 gets the gist across for a lot of people, and it's like the easiest way to like think about it. Is like once you break down the fight into like these phases of like pretty easy, walking through the choke, fighting for point, you start to understand like the fight isn't just one cohesive thing. It has its ups and downs, it has layers to it, and you can reevaluate situations, you can take defensive positions, and always holding your angles in the proper positions is what makes people professional, right? Like being able to always be doing the right thing is just what good players do. So like, take for instance, right now, I'm looking at Skins. Is he doing the right thing? Was he doing the right thing 5 seconds ago? Probably not.
Let me give you an example. In theory, did he just E into a Mei who's ice blocking? Yes, he did. Was that the right thing? Fuck no.
Yeah. If you
Yo,
wanna do it.
skins is a they them. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't do micro coaching, so I can't tell you that.
Zytron, you say Mugga voice lines when you play him.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm fired up like a volcano.
Yeah,
Fired up
yes.
like a volcano. Thank Wakiki.
Maga has.
We got him where we want him.
This guy is so weird. You hear him?
Um.
You have
I don't do
120,000 legacy coins. God damn.
Oh, you like that?
I don't do it for any other characters. Mauga just sounds so fucking funny. It's great.
Do y'all want to go over
He's such a goober.
Runasapi, Junkertown, or Hollywood?
Ooh.
I vote not Junkertown, but like real shit, I don't have a vote, so it does not matter.
Real shit.
What is the J-Town meta right now?
Real shit.
I think it's
Is it
just
still like
Reinhardt or
Widow?
I think it's like Reinhardt or Ram. It's a Resh comp.
Reinhardt.
It's Queen, but Queen kind of sucks right now, and Ryan counters Queen. And Ryan's not bad right now. I honestly think it's just Reinhardt.
Don't let Zektron hear that.
Hey, you hear that?
But I like Monkey
Maybe.
on Junkertown. But everyone I've talked to says it's terrible. But I think it works.
I had to break it to you. It might be terrible.
Okay, I just like the concept of it.
Oh, Junker
Junkertown.
Junk City.
Yeah,
New Junk City.
that's,
Okay.
That's what I
They're
meant to
different
say.
maps.
That's...
Dude, I'm sitting here. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Reinhardt.
New Junk
like
City's
tripping.
definitely.
Wait. You think fucking Ram and Ryan is good here?
Yeah, this is definitely a bro map.
I think better
Why
than Margaret.
did you tell us? Why did you tell us to go a monkey then?
Oh, because I'm monkey pill. So
This guy is so Korean, it's not funny.
This high ground is absurdly busted, and I think placing a tank up here is so big brain. But you have to really play around it.
But what happens to my backline then? Like,
Well, your backline has to live. That's the whole thing.
I just get poked out here.
So the idea is instead of fighting this way, you're fighting this way. And so you could set up your off angle coming this way.
I see the vision. Your backline pulls up like where the end of your first arrow is.
Like
and
the
then when they
Avengers.
try to walk on them, you drop with your bubble. I
Yeah,
see it.
So this is your main angle. You have a short angle coming in this way with your Genji. You
Like
have
the Avengers.
Yeah, like the Avengers. Now the real issue is you'd want like a Sojourn, and Sojourn's probably gonna want to set up over here. You could, I think a Sojourn can play up here. I think Ashe might be good too, and then you have like a Tracer shoot this way. I just really like Genji with this comp though. So that's the issue.
What happens if they identify that you're on this Winston comp playing for this high ground, and they just sit on the point, and then when they cap the point, they kite?
Well, once they
You cry.
Once they get the point, it's easy because look, they're in a pit.
Oh, I'm saying like they can just walk under the pit. I don't know how to explain it. Like one of the little.
There's little rooms in the pit.
Yeah, like one of the little.
You put your
rooms.
Tracer on here. You put your Monkey on here. You poke at them. It might be better with the Devo, but in theory, I like it in theory, and I don't think any team would ever risk. I think if they just sit on point, they lose. That's my opinion.
I don't know. This isn't. I don't know if I'm following the Winston comp here.
I think it cooks.
Yeah.
I think it cooks, but we
No.
don't have to try it.
I think this is the biggest theory craft I've ever heard in my life.
All I'm saying is one Korean team's
What
gonna
happened to
bust
my
it.
Winston?
One Korean team's gonna bust it out, and it's gonna make statements.
Korean team is not gonna bust this out. I hate to break it to you.
But I'm gonna switch to once we get off of it.
I will pay you money if a team plays this in LAN and wins this point. I will pay you money. DM me if it happens.
I will be on
Like
the
a
look-
tier 1 team. A tier 1 team.
I'll be on the lookout for it.
Yeah, I don't want to see like Crazy Raccoon busting out against NRG, like some crazy skill gap where they're obviously gonna win.
Ooh, I want to look at Shambali actually.
Like I want to see CR do this against like Falcons and win the point.
But Shambali's good. GOFY
Coffee.
R7. Ralphie.
Goffy, Ronaldo. What can I say?
You need help. You need actual help.
Yeah.
Damn.
You
Just
gotta
calling
be
him out.
insane to be a guy like me. You gotta be insane to be a guy like
Crazy bread's just normal bread for a guy like you, right?
What did y'all even run here?
Sig.
Good.
I love Sig Comp on this map.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
Oh yeah, Sig, Hanzo.
Goats in on this
Widow.
map. The goats in. This is easily a
Dude, Saint Enemy has arrived.
And we are on Widow on Shambali.
Oh, so
It's actually not bad. But...
Yo. Hey, all I heard was coach called go double sniper, and that's what we did, and it actually worked out really, really well.
So a little thing about short angles and long angles is like conceptually, it does this cool dynamic. So like this is main right that I just drew, and if you stage at any point in the fight, your short and long like at any choke point that you're approaching, the short and long angle is gonna switch, right? So if I am in pink, I'm gonna draw the short angle, right? So like your short angle would be close with your close with your tank, and then your long angle would be the other side. So your short angle would be over here, and then on this fight your short angle would be over here, and then on this fight your short angle is going to be over here, right? And then with, I'm going to draw it in green, your long angle, they're going to start over here, and then they're going to go over here, and then they're going to go over here. And you see how they kind of like cross paths, right? Like that.
Yeah.
It's something that just happens in every map, and if you look at it like just conceptually, like that's how turns make short and long angles happen, right? So because main is like not a straight line, short and long angles just are going to cross paths, and
Welcome back, Circuit Royale.
You can see the same on like Junker Town. It's like, you know how like I'm gonna draw it. So like imagine this is like spawn A, and like it goes like that, right? The short angle is gonna be like here. And then the short angle is going to be like right here. And then the short angle is going to be like right here. Well, actually, there's only 2 fights here. And then the long angle is going to be like over here and black. And then it's going to be like over here. Right? So like they're shooting this way. And then all of a sudden they're shooting this way.
Okay, yeah.
Or has Coach Rush on the friends list?
Yeah, my friends list is full. Like it is peaked to the brim.
He got Kilroy friended? Tell the guy he's a bum. He flayed me in scrims once. It was really, really sad. Wasn't even my fault.
Let's see, who's online? Oh, I have Ronan online. Mr. St. Texas?
Wait, is that like
Yo, Matt online? Tell Matt he's a bum. Tell him he's a bum. Immediately. That is my flex support. Tell him he's a bum.
I played in like some draft league with Matt.
Yeah, he's my flex support in that. If it's the same one, but I mean it's the same profile picture, I imagine. My Winston did not just jump in the air to look cool.
Yeah, so if y'all see this, Tank, I want you to walk at him.
Look at him. Walk at him.
DPS, I want whoever is not being pressured to go aggressive. That doesn't mean feed. It just means go aggressive. And when they start looking at you, you back up and you let the other DPS go aggressive. Right?
You taking turns, Puggies. You taking turns.
They're tank fed. They can't do anything for 12 seconds. Y'all should abuse it.
That was like really bad. Like, oh my god.
Use bubble and leap at the start of the game.
I mean, maybe if he like offset it by like jumping on the roof and sliding under cars, that way he at least had jump by the time he landed. But no.
It still would have been bad.
Yeah, no, it's still not good, but it would at least a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what is he doing? It's like he's trying to juggle card in overtime. He cannot give it enough, and they were already took. He did not even do his job.
Huge. Dodge the rock, though.
He did dodge the rock.
They can be looking for our next prey. Who's up next?
So do y'all think Brawl is good on this map?
No, I do not.
What do y'all think's good here?
I like Ram here.
I like Poke here. I like Sig here. I think you can play Brawl here, but you kind of have to like.
I'm a big fan of
Zetron,
the,
how's your RAM?
Good.
I'm
I
not
think-
a big fan of Ram.
I like Ram here because he's like a poke Brawl. Unless you can
He has
just nail your
flexibility.
shots. Yeah, unless you can nail your shots with Sig, which would make Sig better. I think Ram is easier.
Yeah.
I like playing Sig
Into the
more than
Winston,
Ram
I
though.
agree. If they're gonna play this comp, I agree. This guy just wants to fucking see the scenery. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, they're monkeys.
Surely
feeding.
You are not Korean.
Yes, I am.
Welcome back, Smurf.
We just kind of sit here.
What the hell? Okay.
Yeah, we just sit here and their tracer wraps.
Okay. Okay.
Well, low key, like Primal eats this entire comp alive. That is the only upside. of
When
Monkey.
do they use bubble? Right now.
45 million seconds ago.
225. They use bubble.
You guys are all in a straight line. Same thing you're saying.
It is
Earlier.
13
We're-
seconds later, and y'all are in the same spot after they use bubble.
We need to rotate right. We need to rotate right. Under you.
Okay. Okay.
Below me. Draw an arrow from me to the bottom of your screen. We need to get over there.
Well, let's break this down because your direction of pressure right now is this way. It needs to become this way, right?
True.
So
Yeah, with the-
backline.
They need to walk.
needs to rotate
Draw
this
an arrow
way.
downward. There you go.
Yep. And then Widow rotates with backline, establishing long angle. Yeah, because you're gonna play more over here. Long angle. Cool? Yes?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
Cool. Do that.
Sigma May.
Y'all did not do that. Y'all didn't shoot them unless they walked past the choke, so they just rebuilt the resources and then engaged
I
on y'all.
forgot what my team played on this map.
Y'all burned your resources for 14 seconds as they did nothing.
Team kill.
Cytron's a glass half full type of guy. They use Primo.
They did use Primal.
They did use primal. Mm-hmm.
I want to see if you guys do it again.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
我が敵を食らう
Why are you guys playing this like first fight?
60 seconds.
Well, they're kind of being smart about it because they are taking it in like phases, but they're not being smart about it because they didn't back up.
I mean, I like the phase approach, but I feel like it's just the spot is a little interesting.
They just
Like, if
should
they're all
back up because this is a better defense than this. They just
Oh, wait, are we talking about the same team? I'm talking about the pink team.
we are pink team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're saying like why are we taking this like first fight?
Yeah, like why are we not just like speed ringing to the right
Oh,
and they can't?
Because they're
engage
set
on
up
us?
here. If we can kill them here, it's so much easier than killing them over here, right? Like this is just like here, let me go to ground level.
I agree.
But like down here, there's so much less cover than over here. Like look at it from their perspective. They can hide. They can't hide. You see that?
I get that, but I'm saying like, why can we not just flip map and then our team has
Our
the,
comp is
like,
low
the-
as
the way
fuck.
better.
Yeah, it's really hard to
We're
figure
on
out.
Hanzo,
we don't got
Widowmaker,
Juno. Oh
Zen.
my god. I thought we had Juno instead of Bat. That's my
If
bad.
we were on a Brawl comp, yes, flip the map 100%
True.
of the time, every single time. If you're on Brawl, you want to pull the cart because then they have to walk while you can like. Brawl comp wants to like think about like the Maga comp. It's a Brawl comp. You want
Yeah.
to like have long engages before you
I'm-
like start the fight. If you're able
I'm
to
so
pull the
EU.
cart,
Oh my god.
you can like back up the entire time while getting objective. It makes them have to rush faster, harder, and you could just wait and wait longer, they're going to use more cooldowns. If you can pull the cart on a brawl,
That's my bad. I thought for some reason I thought you guys had a Juno. I was thinking like, why can't we just go right side and speed the cart and like flip map?
I mean, even then, the only way your comp is a brawl
I was
comp.
gonna say, even if we have Juno, and
The
I don't
fact-
think we make that rotate if they're decent at the game.
The fact that you're on Sig and they're on Ana, I think they're favored in the brawl.
Oh, in the brawl, yeah.
And so, like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to justify flipping on the map.
I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say
I-
precisely.
I think you were just confused at one point. Nice shot. Impressive.
Yeah, put that bitch down.
I'm gonna put him in a pack.
That one's going in the montage.
Oh, watch us Winston fucking explode. By the way.
Surely my Winston is not jumping without.
Why doesn't Tracer touch?
Because he hates
Look at that Winston. Look at that. It's
Wait,
gone.
he got no, I thought he got nano.
No.
Oh yeah.
They used 4 ults?
Surely we did not just.
They used 3 ults?
Wait, was that one of those trans to live?
Yeah.
Yeah. Their monkey was on skins. I don't know how
The
skins.
monkey
got
died
over
45 seconds before that happened.
Why
You
are they
even said,
still
"Watch the
on
monkey
monkey?"
there. They nano tracer.
They need to.
But the only
Did they
time
switch
we-
off monkey?
Yeah, they do.
Surely. right?
Eventually.
They go Arisen?
Not yet. Not yet because he's close to primal, but eventually, yes.
I mean, Primal does do work in Secret Guys team. Surely I did not just. Okay, maybe if he. Cinema, absolute cinema.
Wait,
Thank you, bro.
I can be here?
Yo, wait, it's this Gooshway. Is this Gooshway? He does actually win them the fight, which is kind of surprising.
I know the
that's
issue.
based-
What's the issue, guys?
Our tank is really and we're split off by a primal monkey.
Y'all want me to answer the question for you?
Oh wait, I'm not taking a long angle and stuff like that. I'm stacking with my DPS.
Yeah, I think these two people are shooting
I love bro.
the exact same way.
I love bro. I need to be next to bro.
wait, let me go.
No, yeah, you're right. You're actually right. Yeah.
Right,
I want to contest from where their widow's at, but their widow's there, and I
Yeah,
can't.
what up?
like this is.
Oh wait, no, I am there.
This is like a good staging, right? Like
mean-
this is the idea of like you want to play aggressively and then like slowly back up to burn their resources. But then your Hanzo should have seen that you fell back, and so he should like take a angle over here.
He can climb up that wall, right?
But instead of the Widow getting pressured and then the Hanzo backing to an aggressive position, the Widow got pressured and the Hanzo also backed up. So now y'all are in the same spot.
Oh, Poggy's fault. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this
No,
guy,
no, no,
in
but
theory, did win the fight by drum. Yep.
I'd say it's Hanzo's fault. The Widow can't help being dove.
Wait, no way he just peeked again. In theory, guy is a fucking blower.
This man hates Ink Theory.
I do. You see what he just did?
Oh, I like this a lot.
He got the 3 guys off high
I
ground, which
think
is
this
like
way's so
W,
much
W,
better.
and then he jumped in at 200 HP discorded. Oh my god.
Crazy shot. Crazy shot. You see how this works? Yeah,
My
you're-
skins is in there.
hey, he's back. I'll be right back.
So you actually have your Hanzo
Gold
at a
here.
wide angle here, but it works out.
I mean, I mess with this. I mess with the angles.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, they're not hard set rolls. So, like, your Hanzo, that's massive. Your Hanzo and your Widow, like, it makes more sense to have your Widow on the long angle just because, like, the long angle is typically further away and it's typically less protected, so you want your Widow over there. And then your short angle typically does more peeling for your backline, so it makes sense to have your Hanzo. But, like, if your supports are far enough away, it makes sense to put your Widow with them and then have your Hanzo play with your tank. Like, when you're playing like that, you're practically brawling, right? You have your short angle practically like at a 90-degree with your tank, with your short angle and your tank. Like this is your short angle tank make like your largest angle of pressure. Your backliner supporting it. You might have like a Brig or a Kiri propping up your short angle or your long angle just to keep it alive. But other than that, it's like a 90-degree angle. This is very intense crossfire, right? And that's how we ended up taking the space so quickly, is they just weren't expecting that high volume of pressure at once. They were very unprepared for it.
Yeah. And my in-theory hater, I'm a Winston on Shambali monastery hater. He got 2?
Pablo was the goat this
Pablo
map.
the goat?
He did. If
Yeah, bro.
I think our Hanzo just wants to play the long game. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, I remember.
Surely we did not just see 9. In scrim?
It won us the map actually. It won us the scrim bucks.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
I mean, well, yeah. But I mean, like,
I'm so tired of watching Monkey VOD. Fast forward through it.
I mean, I'd be tired of it too. This guy's ass.
I know. Okay, man.
60 seconds.
You get off of it eventually.
Ready
Nope.
for
Oh, next.
They lose on it.
Alright, yeah. They switch it up next point.
ready for battle.
Dude, am I just like a flamer? Like, is this just like a
Yes.
problem that I have?
There, Ram.
You're
Oh,
actually
no.
the biggest hater I've ever
Well,
met.
they're a monkey.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Keep going, keep going.
Was that Zach? How did he get here? And now, if you think I'm the biggest hater, you have never met.
Well, I mean, they
Yeah,
play
it
monkey,
is.
but they ream us on first and second, so.
Well, I think, to be
Yeah.
fair, I think.
It
you
might
guys
be
have-
valuable to watch that, but I'm so tired of watching this guy play monkey.
Did you guys play the double sniper comp on defense
Right.
first point?
Yep.
That makes sense. I think that comp is very weak into dive. When your monkey isn't jumping because he wants to.
Okay, I'll start it here. So they're on dive, blah blah blah. You switch to this comp because their dive was oppressing you. The whole idea is this is just a counter pick comp, right?
Yep.
You have your Maga, your Mei, and
hmm
then you have your Sojourn. Sojourn can't be dove. Brig, Juno can't be dove either. They just get no value. I think if you just play any sort of brawl, it's like impossible for them to win this. They have to switch. Let's watch and see if that theory is correct. Yeah, just don't feed. If you're on, your comp is just so much more inherently better. Don't feed, you win. Yeah, Sojourn's playing the long angle, rotates back to short, Mei takes the long angle, puts a lot of pressure on the tank, forces him back, now you focus the Genji, right? Yep, Genji has to back out, now you shoot the tank. Don't feed into the Sojourn, and you win. You feed into the Sojourn, you die. If that Sojourn was better, she would take like a more aggressive angle earlier to prop up the dive. And that goes back to like what I was saying is you want to dive with your Sojourn first. Is because if you dive with your Sojourn first, then she's now going to take the more aggressive inherently earlier. And then once you dive with your Genji onto the back line, which is probably going to be like right here, right here, then once you dive onto the back line with the Genji, the Sojourn can use her ult to stabilize the fight. But let's go back. So they switched to Orisa comp. That's the only thing they changed. So let me ask y'all what changes about their comp? A lot changes, right? What's the biggest thing? It's not a trick question. What's the biggest thing that changed?
They're on brawl.
Yes, yes. So what does that mean for y'all? Because y'all are also on Brawl, right? So who wins the Brawl? That's the question you need to be asking yourself, right? If both teams are on if both teams are on Poke, or if both teams are on Brawl, you need to ask yourself who wins what, right? Because like we said earlier, it's like a spectrum, right? And like a Sig's over here, and then like Maga's over here, right? So who wins this Brawl?
Depends on who can. Depends if Mauga can close the distance.
But since you're on defense, you don't have to close distance, right? You just poke,
Yeah.
you poke, and you let them walk and burn. The moment that they start rotating, the moment their backline is open, they use some vital cooldowns. Like vital cooldowns would be like Genji Dash, Sojourn Leap, Rush is a major one. Gold, if they use that, they're dead. Sleep Dart, Anti-Nade, very important. Probably the most important, right? If they use cooldowns like those are your go, right? Other than that, it's practically the same as dive. You want to set up with your backline, or set up and engage with your Sojourn, right? So you're just poking out with your Sojourn, setting her up, enabling for her while playing with your Mei. And the moment you see the go, that's when you want to ice wall, probably ice wall their on off to keep their Ana from nading. That's when you want to go in on the target who's killable, right? So I think y'all do it. Just because y'all end up winning this, so it makes sense that y'all end up doing it. Yeah, so like, look right there. Gold, right? It's like,
That's fucking impossible.
it's
to
not
tell.
gold. It's so you can't tell. You can't tell. You can tell in game. It's a sound cue, but
Just puts her arm up.
here, let's see. They used Speed Ring. They used Dash. They used Anti-Nade. And their Orisa used Spin, right? Do you think now's a good time to go?
Hmm?
Do you think
Yes,
now
because
would be
they
a good
don't
time
have
to
nade.
engage?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that's bad is your Mei is looking at a Genji. But it's not entirely bad. Because your go could be on this guy, right? You just have to call that out. Your Brig could turn on this Genji. You could kill him. He doesn't have dash. That's a great kill target. The only thing you have to do in that situation as the tank is recognize that go does not mean go in.
This ends
It means you're
now.
killing someone, right? And who you're killing is this Genji.
Locking satellite vector.
How did you live?
Sojourn ult.
Mauga E.
We use Sojourn ult to stabilize the fight. So the Mei occupied the off angle from our long angle. Our Sojourn took the short angle, right? And so now our Sojourn slides over here, uses her ult.
This ends now.
Now she's acting as the short angle. And they're winning this duel because they have a break, right? And then because we have our Sojourn ult, it forces them back. Maga's able to live with his E. We use Juno ult to keep him alive. If our Maga didn't go in, we wouldn't have to use Juno ult here, right? And we'd get the exact same value. But because we use Juno ult, we just win the fight instantly. So it seems worth it in the moment, but theoretically, just don't walk in on the tank when they're shooting someone over here. Save an ult. Save the best ult in the game, actually. You can force your team to use a lot of ults as a tank. Keep that in mind. Like, just
get it.
True.
deciding to walk in might burn 2 ults, and then you're gonna blame them. Like, why did we ult? You know. So just be cautious about walking in. Like sometimes your best play is to just stay in one spot.
Yep, fuck that guy.
Yep. We called that too. We were like, if he blades, we're caging him. And I was like, yep, yes sir.
Yep, I agree with that.
I love Cajun and Juno ult, like actually.
Perfect. I like what y'all did. So they're holding here, right? And this is like your choke, right? They try and break it once with Blade. It doesn't work. And I'm gonna pause it right now because they realize instead of like.
No, Rafa is like hard frontlining here. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I think he has bash though. Yeah, he can bash out.
No, you can't. It's just 2 seconds.
Yeah, he can bash out. He's fine.
He's practically like, he has
Yep.
nothing here. He's chilling.
Okay.
I mean, if he didn't, he would have died. So that's why I figured.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't frontline if you don't have bash. But look what y'all do. So you remember on Busan when they Juno ulted and instead of kiting, y'all like ran away. What here is you literally just, that's a terrible color. Y'all kite, right? And instead of like just running away, running back into spawn because you can't, you're kind of forced to play properly, right? Like if you could just C9, right? But like no one wants to do that. So like all you just kite, right? And all you do is you force them to walk into your kill box because they have Juno, they need to follow the beam, they're engaging. A better team would have just wasted the ult or just not used it at all. But like, y'all just kite it. It's perfect, right? And because y'all do that, y'all get the Orisa pick. What did y'all use? Y'all used...
Yo, which
Mail.
one of my bum-ass teammates knocked Orisa out of mail? That's what we really gotta ask ourselves.
I don't think anyone
Use your
did. I think
brig.
that character is
Use
just
your
fucking
brig.
broken.
Use your brig. The Orisa was in fact full frozen.
Yeah, I
He
know.
got whipped out. There's one character on your team who could actually do it. So I mean, broke the 2 brain cells together, Zectron.
So yeah. Don't feed TLDR.
It's like the TLUR of every WOD I've ever had.
I mean, I think it's just easy to say don't feed at the end of the WOD review. It's important to
probably
remember,
won't
like,
say well.
reevaluate the fight at every step. But, like, I'm going to tell you that, and then you're going to listen to it, and then you're going to forget it in the next 20 minutes. So, like, just,
One of y'all write it down?
yeah, write it down or something, make sticky notes. They help. But
Yeah, I got it.
at the end of the day, like, just try and remember, like, the fight is more than just one instance, right? Like, every single moment in the game, you should be preparing for them to make a move, right? They have 5 people on their team. You don't know what they're going to do, and chances are they're going to make a mistake, right? If you are prepared for them to do something stupid, you're going to win, right? And if you are prepared for, or if you're not prepared and you're just like running in there like thinking, oh, I'm just going to play like neutral how I always play, you're going to play how you're always going to play, which is also stupid, right? So just think about every instance being like, am I in the right spot? Am I playing in the right position? Because a lot of the areas I see people struggle with is like that transition period. I really think people struggle with that area
So,
the most.
TLDR of what you're saying right now is don't autopilot. Think about what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean that's always the coaching advice, but like genuinely, yeah. don't autopilot and think about it.
Yeah, focus up.
Yeah, focus up, yeah.
But I was able to record this, so
Why is
that's
this guy making fun of it?
that's huge. So
Yeah.